Hi Al. Right, turn 31, the second last turn. Just about to start. And I'm just pushing on here, thinking that I might be able to actually finish this today, but maybe not. Maybe not get through two more turns today, but we shall see. They are moving a lot quicker, and if you just go on with it, Grant, stop yakking, it would go even quicker. Right, well, there's no landing checks to do, so it's straight on to the first event phase. Nothing really to talk about. John Brown just made a couple of comments there on. I think he was commenting on what he thought. I was discussing about what people thought about, like, making your actions over here, coming over here, and then realizing you've made a, maybe it wasn't really going into that. He was explaining that he thought that the reason for it is because like I said, if you were making an attack from this side and then realise you could make a move from the other side back, I think anything that happens in this sort of area, you would have to take into question whether you were kind of bending the rules a bit. But well, when I say bending rules, it doesn't matter. You are breaking the rules. The rules actually state that. So my reply to John was, yeah, fair enough, and I probably need to stop, get out of that bad habit of doing that. It's just one of the things, because I usually watch the video back, and then you see things and you think, oh, well, and it's usually way over here somewhere, and I'm thinking, it doesn't interfere with the other side. I just want to move that guy just one more hex that way or that, because it's a silly position I put him in or whatever. But I mean, it does say it in the rules you can't do it. So I think if I'm going to take a legitimate game to some conclusion, I mean, maybe I felt at the end here, well, we've lost this game anyway, so I can get away with it. But it's probably a bad habit to get in there, so just need to take extra care when I'm making my moves and whatever. Well, yeah. The other thing he had said was he wasn't quite sure about. I was talking about, does this general give this guy a free activation even though he's across that sector and he's from a different division, and when does he get this free move? Does he get it when it's the general's turn, which would be on the 29th, or can he just get it right away? And I've been playing it that you can just, if you're adjacent to headquarters or general, you get a free move and you do it when you're legally allowed to do it with the unit. But that could be wrong, and John's maybe calling out there for another question for Mr. Butterfield regarding that. And yeah, I'd be curious to know. Also, he also mentioned engineer bases as well. I mean, this is on this side. Can it give traffic management to something on the other side? And if it can, would it have to be, what phase would it have to be in? So yeah, there is some interesting points there that might be nice to get an answer to. He also agrees with me that he feels that well, I guess we'll talk about this Brown position. He feels that the way that it's worded, and he agrees the fact that there is a bit of a mess regarding position hexes, two hex positions. He brings up the word position group, and I think this is what comes into it in the sister games, Tarawa and Pellu. They start calling them position groups. I don't think position groups brought up at all here, is it? It's a position or position hex, or might mention two hex position, but I don't think position groups brought up. And I think that's what they try to introduce in the other games, and to try and sort of rectify some of the issues that we're having here. But again, I feel like there's, I can't comment fully on that because I would have to get the rule books out and play the game, I think, but I think there's still issues with it. So it would be better if it was written in a better way. But I get the impression John feels that he agrees with me in the fact that I would actually get 1 point. I would actually only lose 1 point for this 2 hex position. So it's good to know that he thinks it that way as well. So hopefully Martin will get the truth from Mr. Butterfield come the time in. It doesn't necessarily matter to this game because, like I say, I've lost this game anyway. So, but when I do add up the points, if Martin comes back and saying, well, no, you would get negative 2 points for that, then fair enough. I'll adjust what I end up with, and we'll see what we could have won. Okay. Right, move on. Yeah, just while I'm talking about that, it's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Because I think, I might have mentioned this already, but I think I could have, if I'd withdrawn from this area, and if I'd withdrawn from that unit from that area, I think if I would have avoided catastrophic loss. So, it just shows you, it's a shame. And look what this has given me. It's given me nothing. I mean, okay, this guy might grab this for a victory point, but however, yeah, we weren't going to take this on. So I suppose that's one victory point that I wouldn't have had, but this ended up failing, so he got nothing out of it. So all that we maybe could have gained was one extra victory point, but if I maybe take that victory point away and find out what I got in the rest of the score, then that might have actually told me what I could have got, and also kept myself within the catastrophic loss limits, Because the 2 losses that we've taken, one is 2 losses above what, that lost us the game. One was here, and then the other one was in here. So they would have withdrawn, if I'd went with my original plan, but oh, right. Right, there you go, Grant. You're blathering away and talking about trying to get it all finished. Okay, so event phase for turn 31. Here we go. Gem concealed. Oh, I don't like that one. Disrupt all diamond and circle US units adjacent to unrevealed German units. Oh, that's good. This guy's revealed. No, there's nothing on this side. Adjacent. Yeah. We're gonna. What is it? Diamond and circles. Oh, this guy's revealed, doesn't he? Yeah. This guy's. That's a blow. Yeah, that's a blow. Although, I mean, he had to avoid he was going to have to avoid green fire as well, but, well, it doesn't matter now. Disrupt all diamond and circle US units adjacent to unrevealed German reinforcement units. So, he's a circle, he's adjacent to this unrevealed reinforcement position, so he's disrupted. Nothing else there. This is a triangle, so it's only diamond and circle, so he gets away with that. Yeah, that's only one. So it wasn't awful, but it has probably finished the hope of getting an elimination on this guy, I would think. Yeah, because we can only attack in turn 32, and that's still assuming this guy's still around. But I wasn't really putting a lot of hope into that, so it's maybe not, it's maybe not the worst event to have had, really, is it? Right, so Fire in the East coming up. Let's go for it. Don't know what we want or what we don't want. We've got double orange, red, and purple, right? There's not an awful lot going on this side, so the tank's going to do something again. This red's only going to fire, so that's not any good. This would advance or fire. It cannot advance. It's nothing to fire at. We are looking at empty orange positions, however, for the ambush action. This is empty, but it's within 3. Well, That doesn't say that. It's not got units in its field of fire. So same kind of difference, I think. So the tank has got to be looked at again, which is concerning. It's overrun again. This time he is going to bash into this guy. Yeah, this could be a loss of a victory point for us, but I think he only disrupts it, doesn't he? But you know what? He's going to be 1, 2, 3. He's going to be sitting right here. Right in the field of fire, my command post. It's going to shut everything down. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It might mean that we maybe have to consider having a go at the tank. I mean, if he ends up sitting there, although this unit's going to be disrupted. Right, well, we'll work on that when the time comes. I didn't get green. I mean, okay, I know there's no reinforcements, but ambush could have happened up here, maybe, and spoilt things. Purple was the R, so, and this is orange, still on this side. Oh, wait a minute. It does fire into there. So, yeah, there is an ambush. Well, I'll tell you what, we don't need to bother with that either, because it's an ambush. It's a circle on the card. He does fire into here, it's sporadic fire into here, but it's a triangle, so he's getting away with that. And this, I don't think is in communication. I'm pretty sure we looked at this, didn't we? Can't go there. Can go there, can't go there. Can't go there. Can go there, but it can't go in there or in there. So I can come down this way. Oh, don't tell me. No, we're good. Because it can't go... I looked at this. Yeah. Can't go in there because of this guy, and it can't go in there because of that guy. So no ambush there. This is the only other position we've got, and it's blue, so it's not on the card. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 occupied positions across this side. Like I said, the red position, we've got 2 blue positions, which do nothing. The red position's firing at nothing. The orange position down there is firing at nothing because it can't advance. We've checked the ambush actions. Yeah, so it's just a tank. So, well, we're going to have to find out what he does to that unit now, isn't he? So move up to 4 hexes. This is this overrun, okay? Yeah, it's purple, isn't it? Yeah, purple. So overrun action. Move up to 4 hexes. If the first, second, or third hex of the move is occupied solely by non-armoured US units, move through that hex. Well, 1, 2, 3. So, yeah. And then all units move through. 1, 2, 3. So he ends up in here on the road. And all units that he moves through get disrupted. So this guy becomes disrupted. Stop if a hex occupied by US armour is encountered, or if a second US occupied hex is encountered, or if the 4th hex of the move is occupied by any type of US unit. German unit may not end its move in a US occupied hex. So I think he does move there. Okay, so this is kind of worrying then, because that is shutting down my HQ, isn't it? My command post. Because he fires steady fire into there. That's rather troublesome. And here's me, I've got some artillery here, but this isn't going to command anything. Ugh, yuck. That's harsh. we just need to get out of this game, don't we? We just need to. All the tanks aren't going to get a free move. Oh dear. That is right, isn't it? What am I looking for here? HQs and leaders, basically, aren't there? Or maybe it's headquarters. I think it's maybe onto the extended game actions, isn't it? Command posts, yeah. Right, where's it tell me? Capabilities of command posts, 18.3, I think. 18.32, a command post in the field of fire of an occupied German position may not command US units. In such a situation, the command post range marker retains its current position. Yeah, in such a situation, the command post range marker retains its current position on the command track, but its range may not be increased. Well, I've already got it maxed out, but the big one there is it can't command anything. Even if it happened to be a unit in its hex. So, you know, it would have been nice to think that we could maybe have had an attack on the tank with this guy and got support from this artillery because it's in command, but it's not in command. We would also have a couple of tanks up here that generally would be in command, but they're not. So that's kind of horrible. I think we would just want to get on with the next turn and get out of here. That is going to stop me from, because I was hoping to. Oops, try to zoom out there a bit. I was hoping to maybe put some of these tanks up the road here and then let these units grab another couple of victory point hexes, but well, it's all going to cost me actions now, so I'm going to have to be careful, and I need to make sure we've got all the draw hexes. Right, okay, however. So, well, that's far in the east then. Not so good though. That tank's moved 3 times now in a trot. All with that overrun action as well. Okay, over the west. Let's just get on with that. There was no artillery there again. No artillery in this card either. So, double red with P action from a patrol. A green R. Again, no reinforcements, so we don't need to look at empty R's. Empty greens anyway. And we've got a single brown M. Maybe some more mortar fire. Oh dear. Right, I'll go and mark some candidates. I'm not really liking the look of this. We've got the tank again as well, and it's the R action again. So the tank wants to overrun down through here. So that could be trouble. And you know what? If I'm doing that right, that overrun, and if the tank this turn goes 1, 2, 3, 4, he's then only 2 hexes away from his the hex that he wants to be in. Ugh. A German armour unit that enters any of these hexes stops moving for the remainder of the game. It may continue to fire as called for by actions. If an undisrupted German armour unit occupies a road end hex at the end of the turn, you lose the game decisively. That is making me feel that I need to get something in this hex. Is it that hex there? What is it? 0529. Yeah, it's just down from WN71. That's WN71. It's that hex there. We can't move that tank up there, unfortunately. You know what? If I had built my engineer base along here, I might have been able to do that. Do I still have time for that? I'd have to do it this turn and then next turn. But next turn's after the German action phase. Oh dear. Right. I think it could mean we're going to have to move. See, I think this is preventing us a loss of a victory point here though, but this one, well, this is doing the same. Thing is, if I've got a unit in there, he can't end his move in a hex with a unit. So, I'm not sure what would... My guess is he would just stop short. And then next turn he would maybe just fire. Right. Well, I certainly don't want that to, like, make me lose the game again. If you know what I mean. Okay. Right, let's just go back and work out what we're doing. So, this is the WM position, but it's got the M action, and I don't think it's got units in its field of fire. It does not. So, I think that carries out the mortar fire. Which might be bad. Diamond. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he could well be hitting this guy. Mind you, he's done his job, I think. Where are we? Mortar action. WN mortar action. All beach hexes and pavilion hexes adjacent to beach hexes within 5 hexes of the WN position. The thing is, this is a sort of inland WN position, isn't it? Oh, wait now. Oh, we might be getting away with this then. Okay. 16.5 mortar action. Eligible position. An occupied position with no US units in its field of fire. Okay. The German unit fires mortar shells at US units beyond its field of fire, but within the position's mortar range. Reinforcement position mortar range. Well, I mean, this is not a reinforcement position. It's a WN position. If it was a reinforcement position, all hexes within 3 hexes of the position may be hit by mortar fire. WN position mortar range. All beach hexes and pavilion hexes adjacent to beach hexes within 5 hexes of the WN position. Well, he's got no 3, 4, 5. Well, I mean, I suppose this is a pavilion hex. No, I'm not convinced about this one though. I mean, my guess is this is meant for like WN positions that are overlooking the beach. It says all beach hexes and pavilion hexes adjacent to beach hexes within 5 hexes of the WN position. And then all draw and high ground hexes within 2 hexes of the WN position. So if it was only going 2 hexes on the high ground, it wouldn't reach along to this guy, so it's not going to hit him. This is a circle. It does have to be the... Where am I? Looking for mortar action, yeah. Yeah, it does have to be the symbol. However, if he is... Well, these are triangles, actually, aren't they? This guy's a diamond down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He is within 4 range of that. And that is a pavilion hex. Oh, hang on. That's a pavilion hex, but it's not adjacent to the beach. All beach hexes and pavilion hexes adjacent to beach hexes. And then all draw and high ground hexes within 2. So I mean, if he's coming down the draw, he's only getting to here. That is a diamond, but he's not reaching that. That's 3 away, that's on the high ground. So he's not actually getting to him. He can't get up to him either if he happened to be. There's a diamond, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4 away as well, so he can't reach that. And this is a pavilion hex. However, this is a pavilion hex, but it's not adjacent to a beach hex. Well, that's an interesting one then for you guys. Mortar from a position without a depth marker hits just 1 unit. Well, I don't know. My feeling is that the only unit he could possibly hit is this one here. Because this is in, it's not quite, I mean, there's the draw there, so but he's not in the draw, he's a pavilion hex that's not adjacent to the beach. And you know what? There's only one of them on the map. Because if you look, for instance, if you consider, no, I was thinking these two here in the red position. These are pavilion hexes adjacent to the beach. These two, well, to me, these two are not pavilion hexes. These two are draw hexes. And then these are pavilion hexes adjacent to the beach. And so is this and this and this all the way along. But this hex in here, although still a pavilion hex, I would say, it's not part of the draw, but it's not adjacent to the beach. I think we've maybe got a wee snag there. Maybe one that's not come up before. I think the fact that this procedure about WM position mortar range is meant for the purpose of WM positions adjacent to the beach, and then they stretch away out to the beach, and also they would hit pavilion hexes. But the fact that this guy's away inland here brings up some questions, I suppose. I'll go and have a quick look, see if I can find anything. I might type in that hex number just in case. 0821. I get the feeling I might not find anything for this, so I mean, I could go and post a question here, but it might be better just asking the question on this video here. Is this guy 1, 2, 3? See, the thing is, because I don't think so, because all beach hexes and pavilion hexes adjacent to beach hexes within 5 hexes, all draw and high ground hexes within 2 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that does, by the way the rules are saying, it looks like it would target these hexes here, but it's just because this one's not adjacent to the beach. Well, there's a question for you. If I don't get around to posting it, do you think this guy should get hit by mortar fire? thing is, I might possibly want to know the answer to that, because I would probably drop one of these units back into here. That's going to cost an action. 2 actions as well if you're moving this other guy away. I want to move one of them away to try and get into that WN67 position. Do I care about that? Have I not got cover for that? Maybe. Nah, I can't find anything. I very much doubt I'm going to find anything. However, I might be able to I'll probably put this video up as a part. But I probably want to push on with things. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not so sure this is hitting this unit, but I'm going to take it as a hit. So let me know what you think. I'm going to keep this guy. I'm just going to keep him down beside my action markers here. And then if I don't get any response, or I might chuck a question. I just rather know. Can't really be bothered to like try to post a question regarding this. Seems like a bit awkward to describe. It's probably better seeing it on, does the mortar fire stretch down to there? I think that's the only hex that he can hit, but I'm just not sure that he would be allowed to actually hit that hex. Well, let me know what you think if I don't, and then if I do get moving on myself, what I might do is maybe just, I don't know, if I've got actions to spare, I'll put one of these guys into here and then I'll move one of them up to there. If I don't have the actions to spend, which is possible to be honest, because yeah, I might not. Then I don't know what I'll do. But if I find out from you guys that that shouldn't be able to hit down there, then I can put this guy back. Alright, so we'll go with that now. So that's all he would be doing. So let's get moving on then, Grant, and we can maybe get that video. Mind you, I've put 2 or 3 bits together and I've not looked over them yet, so but I'm having to do some work things tomorrow, so for the first time in a long time, so so that might give me some time to put it out there and see what you think. Okay, what's the green? The green is so it's got units. Oh, yeah. Okay, this guy's getting hit then, isn't he? Well, that's fine. That's fine. So he's getting hit. That's all green is hitting. Yeah, he's in intense. Because this guy's got the R action, but he would just resupply and fire. So yeah, and he's taking that out. But, so there you go. It didn't matter about that disruption. We were not going to make that one anyway, which I didn't really hold much hope for, to be honest. So we got another brown along here, which is going to mortar fire. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, is it 3 or 4? Tell me it's 3. 3 hexes. That's good, because that is a diamond, that guy. So yeah, so he's going to mortar fire, but I don't think he's got any in range. Oh, he has 1, 2, 3, but this guy's a triangle. So we're good. That's okay. Yeah, that's all he can do. Now I'll leave the tank just now. This red action, well, that's a WM position with a P, so he's just going to fire. Again, the only unit he's got in his field of fire is this tank, but so that's doing nothing. Right, and this is where the main part of the problems are going to be, I think. This tank, this red position, which could well be doing patrol stuff. Do I care about some of this stuff? I don't know. And this green position has nothing in its field of fire, so it's wanting to redeploy. So I think out of the three, I need to use my sequencing actions, I think. So we want to conduct the action for the higher number position first between these three, I think. So that's a 4. That's a 2. Oh, the tank's not got a position. I don't think the tank will matter though, will it? No, I don't think the tank will make any difference. None of it might make a difference, to be honest. But we're going to attempt to redeploy this guy first, because he's got no units in his field of fire. So he wants to try and redeploy, which, this is bad. This is going to put a spanner in the works, isn't it? So it wants to go to a hex. Right, let's get the redeploy action up here. Now, is it in a victory point hex? It's this one, It is. Well, that's good in a way. Although I'm still looking up at D6 there and cringing. This one here, which would have units at its field of fire, would spoil the victory point we've got here. I suppose that guy would, but then that's another one it could go. I think there's quite a few options here. So it needs to be a VP position. So if there's more than one empty reinforcement position that's got units in its field of fire, it needs to also be able to trace German communication. So then it's the lowest number position. Now, positions without a number have a 0, so could this be the candidate? Because I think we said already this guy could trace. Is German communication traceable to this? I'm pretty sure it is. It goes in there, it goes in there, goes in there into the draw, and it's away. Yeah, communication's traceable to that. So we don't need to look at D6 or D9 because this is the lowest number. And it's got units in its field of fire. And this is worse than this turning up. I mean, the one good thing is we've got a force round about it, so we could actually have an attack at it. It's not really doing us any harm. It's not interfering with the draw. I mean, it does fire into this hex, but that's not part of the draw, so that's maybe not terrible then. So is that where it's going to redeploy to? Is there any other hexes with 0 cost? I mean, we've got this one here. Doesn't fire into. Blue doesn't. No, it doesn't have units in its field of fire. That one. Neither does this brown position. I've looked at that a few times. So they are the only other 2 hexes you could look at that are classed as a 0. So I think he's going here. So he's got mobile depth, so he's wanting building depth instead. I think my guess is that's probably worse. So no, I'll put the mobile depth marker back. Well, it's not good, but oh wait now, the fire's into here. Oh well, there you go. We'll need to find out about this then as well. Remember what I was saying about garrisons, and do they have any more power over the control of this WN position? I mean, I think you have to say probably not, because Let's see what it says about control then. It might tell you there. It must mention something about garrison, surely. A US unit of any of the following types. No, that's US units. Command posts and engineer bases. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to look at this. Well, again, there's another question, because this is probably going to be out as a part. Are we in the same position if this was a unit? You've got to assume that you would be. I don't control this hex now. There's a garrison in it, but purple's firing into it. My view is that I still control this hex, so I would only lose one victory point from this 2 hex position. But again, Martin's going to hopefully get some confirmation on that. Even if this game's finished by the time he gets that, then at least we know for the next time. So, okay, so I'll leave that just now. Right, so the P... This is a patrol action, isn't it? So what does it do? Does it have units in its field of fire? It does. I don't think that matters, does it? It does not fire. It's looking for US units that have... On every US unit... Place disrupt the marker on every US unit, regardless of target symbol, and hexes in the positions intense and steady. Well, no, it's red, isn't it? Yeah, so this is the only one, but it doesn't stop there, does it? So that's only one, and it's sporadic, so it doesn't count sporadic. It says if there are no US units in positions intense or steady field of fire, place a disruptive marker on just one US unit within 3 hexes of the position. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this one, this one, this one, or this one. That one's just out of range. If there's more than one unit, disrupt the closest unit. So these are 3 away, these are 3 away. This is 2 away, this is 2 away, right? Then the unit with the target symbol, that's a triangle, that's a circle. It's going to come down to the hero, I think. Then, with the greater attack strength, yeah, it's going to be the hero. Which is kind of good, because I was probably not wanting to move the hero. I wanted to move this guy back, but I'm not so sure I'm going to have actions for it all. But so he takes disruption from the patrol action from that guy. Right, okay. Right, and then finally this tank, again with the R action. So again, wanting to overrun, move up to 4 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just checking his route there. Once he gets to G1 to 731, that's G1. No, that's G3. That must be G3. I've just read it wrong. Yeah, G3. So once he gets to here, his next hex move is into here. Oh, well, that's good that he's disrupted, because that's the same thing that's going to happen, isn't it? So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into this draw hex down here. Then he's also going to have disrupted this guy. And my worry is now that he's 1, 2 hexes away from his where he wants to be. I mean, if he gets that overrun action again, he just moves to there and stops, and then the turn ends and he win, and we lose the game, and that would be in the very last turn. So I think I need to put something into there. Again, this is going to cost me an action. Oh dear, it's going to be a kind of tight finish, I think, to get things done. Okay, I think that's all for the fire phase. let's see if we can wrap this up. I need to get away and do some things at the moment, but yeah, hopefully the event card's nice and quick. Hopefully it's not another tank. Right, so event turn 31, second event card. Here we go. Ooh, snipers target runners, oh dear. Command radius for 16 HQ, limited to 1 hex this turn. That's comical. This is our 16 HQ, right? So it's been shut down with a tank anyway. So that does nothing, does it? Because it doesn't have, I can't command anything this turn because it's now got a unit in its field of fire. Okay. My guess is that just does nothing then. That would have been nasty though, wouldn't it? But we got that tank there in the way anyway, so it's just doing as bad a thing. Right, quick engineer and HQ phase. Right, both these guys. Oh no, that's not true. Oh no, yeah, we need to up this range, don't we? Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, no artillery fired. Yeah, that. Oh no, I just spotted something. Right, well this goes up to 3. This purple position fires into that hex. And we need to clear that. Now, it was John Butterfield that replied to the question, because that isn't part of the draw, but no, I can't clear the hex. I can't get the tank up there. Oh, that's savage. I think we do need to try and take that out. And the thing is, what have we got? We've got 7, 14, 20. Yeah, I think we probably forget about. Sorry, I'm just looking at what we've got. We've got an attack here. We've got 6, and then 2 7 strength range units for 20. So I think we're probably forgetting about this blue position. We need to go after this. I'm not sure we've got the time. Well, hang on here. If we take that out in the very last turn, we still have an action to move this tank up 1. Yeah, that would work. Okay, again, it's something we need to deal with in the action phase anyway, Grant. So this moving up to range 3 does not do anything for us, does it? No, I'd like to be clearing this hex, but it's not. But going by what Martin says, if we remove that unit, then that hex is still considered cleared. It's not that you need to be doing that in the engineer phase. According to what he said anyway, which is sounds good to me. Well, that one would, because it suits you, Grant. Yeah, okay. Right, over this side, well, I might as well put this other base down, because nothing is far. Now, this is one of the potential ones, isn't it? Establish an engineer base that is not in the potential field of fire of any German position. Well, red fires into there. So I can't put it in that hex, green. Oh, hang on. This tank fires into here, doesn't it? Oh, right. Scrap the idea, Grant. You're not putting any engineer base. Because that's a clear hex. He actually fires intense into there and intense into there. And likewise down into here as well, I think. Yeah, we're not getting an engineer base, so forget about that. We do need to block this hex, I think, for the last turn. I just hope I've got actions to spare, because I'm going to be struggling, I think. Okay. Let me know what you think about the hit on this unit here from the mortar fire. Also, just somebody wants. I mean, I'll need to look into this about the whole. I mean, yeah, I'd like to think there was something in the book regarding the garrison. I mean, if this was 2 units, I wouldn't control this complete position. And for victory point purposes, in my opinion, I would get a -1. Martin's looking at was you would still get a -2 because you don't control the position at all. Do garrisons change that at all, or is it exactly the same? That's my other question, I guess. You know, right now am I sitting with this position still control? I mean, you've got to say no, Grant, because purple's firing into it, and that's part of the thing. It says, yeah. Alright, that's maybe a daft question, but okay, I'm going to wrap this one up, guys, and got a few things I need to do. Should get back this evening and maybe do the US action phase, and then we'll maybe just have to say the last turn till hopefully tomorrow, maybe the next day if it comes to it. We'll see if we can get it wrapped up as soon as. Okay, cheers for now.